The drawing below shows the net of a rectangular prism. Use a ruler on the mathematics chart to measure the dimensions of the net
Angelica
to
Martinez,
the
please call extension 221.
nearest tenth of
Angelica
a
Martinez, please call
centimeter.
extension 221.
So you use your ruler, measure stuff out first. So you first have to look at it like, how is this going to look? So remember, these are the folding lines. So you know this is going to fold up and up and we go across. So let's say this is, look at it, it's about 3.5. 3.5. I want to look at the width of this because it'll be folded up. It's going to go on top. It's about 1.5. Okay. Now you look at it, the width again. Sorry, of this, because this is another side that's going to be on top since it's folded. It's 3. So you want to measure the ones where the opposite of the folding side. So this is folding, folding, and folding. Alright, so you get your calculator, you multiply, because remember, volume is base times height times width. So it's 3.5. 3.5 times 3 times 1.5. And you get just about 15.75. Now the answer closest to 15.75 is F. The answer is F. 27. Microcellular phone company offers a plan that allows 300 minutes of use for $29.95 per month and charges 19 cents for each additional minute. All prices include tax and fees. Alright, Michael's budgeted for $50 per month for calls on her cellular phone. Michelle cellular phone. What is the maximum number of minutes that she can use her cellular phone each month without spending more than $50? We're trying to find out the max amount of minutes she can spend. So for $50, she gets 300 minutes, right, which is $29.95. And how many additional minutes can she get? Well, each one costs 19 cents per minute. So we're pretty much solving for X. So do minus 29.95 minus 29.95. So 50 minus 29.95 is 20.05. It's equal to 0.19x. So how many minutes can you get? We have $20 worth. Each minute is about 19. So you solve for x. So you divide by 0.19, divide by 0.19. X is equal to, so 20.05 divided by 0.19 is about 105.5 minutes. So she can get, for $29.95, she gets 300 minutes. So it's 300 minutes plus the additional 105. So the answer is 405. It's A. 28. Which equation best represents the line graph below? Alright, well, you're going to have to do two things. Either one, you want to switch all of them into the y. Y is equal to mx plus b form, which would take forever because you have 4. Or you can cancel out a few right off the bat. Let's try to cancel out a few right off the bat. So when x is 0, y is negative 5. So plug in 0 for x and negative 5 for y. And then they gotta equal to these two numbers. Plug in 0 and negative 5, you get negative 20. It's not that. 0 minus negative 35. Negative 7 times negative 5 is 35. So that's right. That stays. This one stays as well. And j cancels. Alright, now with these two, we have to change it to mx plus b form. So we have negative 7y is equal to 35 minus 4x. Divide by negative 7. Y is equal to 4x over 7 minus 5. Remember, this slope is positive. And what is this slope? It's a positive slope, so the answer is G. Because it's a positive slope, and that's the only one that's left. So we don't even have to do H. So again, so we cancel out first. When x is 0, y is negative 5. So you plug in and they have to equal to these two numbers. So plug in 0 and negative 5. 7 times 0 is 0. So all the x's are going to be 0. So you only have to worry about the y's. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, not 35. So you cancel that one off. Negative 7 times negative 5 is 35, so that stays. 5 times negative 5 is negative 35, so that stays. Negative 4 times negative 5 is 20, not negative 35, so that's off. So now you switch into y is equal to mx plus b form. You do the first one, that gives you a positive slope. That's right, that's the answer. You do the second one, just to be sure. You get 7y is equal to negative 35 minus 4x. Divide by 7. Y is equal to negative 5 minus 4 over 7x. This is a negative slope because this is negative. That's negative. This is positive. This is increasing, so it's a positive slope. So it's G. Number 29. Rhombus is shown below. The height h intersects the base at its midpoint, meaning the halfway point. Which of these is closest to the height of the rhombus? Alright, so if this is 90 degrees here, this is 60, this is 30. Okay? So now, midpoint, so it means this is 0.5, so it means this is 0.5 and this is 0.5. Now you're only given one side, but you know it's a 30-60 triangle. So to do this, you know this is square root of 3x. You know that you have to know the rules of 30-60-90 triangle. So 0.5 times the square root of 3 is close to 0.9 inches. So this one you have to know the rules of 30-60-90 triangle. Number 30. The figure below shows a square pyramid with a base of 32 inches and a slight height of 34 inches. Which of the following square pyramids is similar to the square pyramid? So similarity. So it means we're going to do ratios. So first off, let's do the ratios of this triangle, of this square pyramid. Alright, so let's say, they all start off the base. So base to the height, or base is to the slant height. So 32 divided by 30, or 32 divided by 34. Just write these two numbers down. 32 divided by 30 is 1.0666. 32 divided by 34 is 0.941176. Alright, so now we gotta do the ratios the same way for this one. So we did base is to height. So base 22.4 to 23.8. You already know this is going to be smaller than 1 since this is bigger than that, so that's wrong. H, base is to slant height. Base is to slant height. Figure that out. 19.2 divided by 20.4 gives you 0.941176. So this is your answer. H is all ratios. These are the other ones just to make sure. So base is to slant height. 20.8 is to 18.7. You know this is going to be bigger than 1 because the top is bigger than the bottom. So that's wrong. Base 18.7 is the height. 17.6. So 18.7 divided by 17.6 is equal to 1.0625. So it's not that. So it's H. It is H. So remember, you have to write down your proportions. Base is to height, or you can do height is to base. Doesn't matter, but you have to keep it the same. If you do base to height, you have to do base to height for this one. If you do height to base, you have to do height to base on this one as well. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this one. It's pretty easy. Number 31. The function below shows the relationship between x and y. Y is equal to 7x plus 3. If x is increased by 1, so let's say you pick 5, right? So y is equal to 7 times 5 plus 3. This gives you 38. You increase x by 1, so it'll be 7 times 6 plus 3. So it's 42 plus 3 is equal to 45. What's the difference? 7. Increased by 7. Or you're also talking about the slope. The slope is 7. So it's always going up by 7. For every time, remember, rise over run. It's equal to 7 over 1. You increase x by 1, which means you go to the side, you go x1, it rises by 7. So you can do one or either both ways. Just look at the slope, you know it's going to be 7. Or plug in 2 points, and you subtract them, you get 7. Either way.